Who's on your hat, Justin?
That's Emily. That's my lady.
Is this the Red Barn?
Hello, everyone. How good it is to have you with us here on Red Barn Radio. I'm Brad Becker. We are celebrating the 20th season of Red Barn Radio, as many of you know, and tonight we welcome you to show number 752.
Good number.
Something to clap about there. Hey, if you're a lover of good old mountain music, country music, you're going to want to meet Tyler Hatley and Justin Clyde Williams. Tonight they're here joined by fiddler Matt Parks, and these guys perform as the trio of the Dick and Tammy Show. We're so glad to have this fine troupe from the Carolinas to join us at the front end of a tour they're doing in the region, and we know you're going to love them. Welcome Tyler, Justin, and Matt, the Dick and Tammy Show, the Red Barn stage.
Hey now. Gotta love Carolina in the middle of June. I'm barefooting in the front yard every Sunday afternoon. My little brother's knee deep in the creek, he's stirring all the crawfish up. Me and my baby sister got a jar full of lightning bugs. Whoa. We got friends, yeah, and we got family around here. Yeah, buddy, that's all you need. You can take what you get just what you see, and I got it all right here with good friends and family. Whoa. October, we're picking or a fish fry. Call all the kids to the front yard before they miss the hay ride. I like to pitch a little horseshoe, drive some rebar in the sand, then gather around the back porch and hear that JCW band. I'm singing, whoa. That's all you need. You can take what you get just what you see, and I've got it all right here with good friends and family. Whoa. Said you gotta love Carolina in the middle of June. Every Sunday afternoon.
All right.
Hey.
Good evening and welcome to Red Barn Radio.
Wherever in the world you're listening, welcome to Roots Music Southern Style. Thanks to WEKU, Red Barn Radio's official radio partner, NPR for Central and Eastern Kentucky. Listen online at weku.org. Red Barn Radio is supported by Visit Lex, Lexington, Kentucky's Convention and Visitors Bureau. More information on what Lexington has to offer is at visitlex.com. LexArts, Lexington, Kentucky's premier cultural development, advocacy, and fundraising organization, working for the development of a strong and vibrant arts community as a means of enhancing the quality of life in Central Kentucky. Follow Red Barn Radio on Twitter and like us on Facebook. Here's the host of Red Barn Radio to tell us more about tonight's performers.
Wow, we got some good fun tonight here with Tyler Hatley and Justin Clyde Williams. Born in Charlotte, North Carolina, and raised in Denver, Tyler Hatley was raised with a passion for music. From Sunday morning church to the local Friday night dive bars, he'd sing whenever he could and wherever he was allowed. With early inspiration from Garth Brooks and George Jones, Tyler knew which path his life was destined to take. He often plays and performs with Justin Clyde Williams, who happens to be sitting right next to me, and they perform as the Dick and Tammy Show, which they will explain, I'm sure, at some point.
At some point, yeah. I suppose. Well, Dick disappeared. You got me and Cousin Lightning for a few songs, I suppose.
Well, Justin, as you might have heard already, he plays a beautiful guitar. He writes some really thoughtful and heartfelt songs, some of which he'll share with you this evening in the first set. The guys are joined on the Red Barn stage by fiddler Matt Parks, doing that tasty stuff. We're really glad to have Tyler, Justin, and Matt with us tonight on the Red Barn stage. Welcome them back.
Hey, cousin. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I'm calling all the shots, but I'm shooting blanks. I'm running down a dream on an empty tank. I'm fighting back fate, but what's the use? Singing to four walls in empty rooms. Singing to four walls in empty rooms. I'm feeding on the scraps like a dog in the street. I'm playing second fiddle to the folks I meet. You can't catch a break when you're broke into by these four walls in empty rooms. By these four walls in empty rooms. Now every marquee is different, the inside looks the same. A glass half full I can't afford, I guess I'll never change. I'm bound by my conviction, I'm beaten black and blue. The four walls will hide when I close my eyes, but damn these empty rooms. Drowning in a crowd, but I'm all alone. It's getting harder every day to put my stage face on. A fast smile can hide impending doom. Singing to four walls in empty rooms. You can find me here in the cell I made. A ragged soul put on display. Folks don't care what you're suffering through. Singing to four walls in empty rooms. damn these empty rooms. Now every marquee is different, the inside looks the same. A glass half full I can't afford, I guess I'll never change. I'm bound by my conviction, I'm beaten black and blue. The four walls will hide when I close my eyes, but damn these empty rooms. Me and Matt sat down in a. Oh, thank you. Me and Matt sat down in a barn a couple months ago, much like this one. Not really, not at all. Like
Not
this
at
one.
all.
But we recorded that song and 9 other ones and put them out on a mixtape. It's out there in the world now. It's called "Empty Rooms," man.
That was the name of that song, wasn't it?
That was.
Yeah, it sure
Yep.
was.
You were there too, buddy.
Yeah. Well, kinda, you know. Yeah.
This song come after a story from a buddy. It's called "Living Hard." Didn't get no sleep last night. It's getting hard to make the time when you're chasing your grave in the neon light. From the outside you think it's a damn good life. I'm telling you, boy, take my advice. Living hard ain't getting by. Show up on time with in-tune strings. Play it like you wrote it, don't play over me. You better serve the song and starve your pride. If you stick with me, you'll be just fine. Living hard ain't getting by. 'Cause I've lived one-night stands with ragtag bands. I shut down every diving watering hole. Paying dues is a living hell, but I got to open up for Jones. Just take your time and do it right. I can see a lot of me in your hungry eyes. Just take it show by show and toe the line. This town ain't no different than the one you left behind. Don't let your vices take you. Living hard ain't getting by. You'll remember me when your brain stays fuzzy 'cause your nose ain't clean, and you'll pine for a time when the simpler things were all you ever needed when they paid you to sing. The casket won't change between you and I. Living hard ain't getting by. 'Cause I've lived one-night stands with ragtag bands. I shut down every dive and watering hole. Paying dues is a living hell, but I got to open up for Jones. Just take your time and do it right. I can see a lot of me in your hungry eyes. Just take it show by show and toe the line. You had your chance to make your stand. Any dreams you had left went up in smoke. The powder and pills might serve your thrills, but they won't fill the hole in your soul. In the lonely nights you curse daylight, fighting back the tears through bloodshot eyes. No white flag that you wave can turn back time. You can't reach the stars when your demons hide your sight. And every chord you're warning haunts me. Living hard ain't getting by. Man, now your time's passed by, 4 hours at a time, fighting for the lines of the same old songs and the same old dive. Your cries fall on deaf ears every night. Living hard ain't getting by. Living hard ain't getting by. Living hard ain't got me by. Thank y'all, man. That one's on there too. Brad asked me who's on my hat. That's Emily on my hat here. That's Emily. Write some songs about her, man, with her in mind. It's good to have something happy to write about. You feel me? This long story short, I had a trip to Kansas City that I didn't think was a trip to Kansas City no more, and I really didn't want to go, and I especially didn't want to go in slick-bottom cowboy boots in the blizzard that was in Kansas City when I got there on that trip, and I just got back off a duck hunting trip with Dick. Hunting duck with Dick. Say that 5 times fast.
I will not.
But we was out there on the Carolina coast, and I was ready to be home, man, and I couldn't, but fortunately my problems rhyme sometimes. It goes like this. E for Emily. Probably spend my last tomorrow fixing what I missed today. Impulsive like my mother, forget more than my age. I've done a little growing, but I ain't been this old before. I might be slack, but I make you laugh when you're hot down to the core. And I know it's hard, we both got scars that time will never heal. Mad and disappointed, hold the difference that can kill. The spark inside to change your mind and leave me where I lay. Alone and pissed, I woke again till they lay me in the grave. Give my life to stay and love you, and to hear I love you too. But the paycheck's in Missouri, I can't get back home too soon. If living cost a heartbeat, well, I'd spend them all on you. Missing home in misery, missing you. Every day's an uphill uphill battle. Like war, there's nothing fair. And trying to find the balance with a man you have to share. Heavy on your conscience, how much can it bend? You take it on the chin when I leave again, 'cause I'll turn up in the end. Keep a tight lip when I'm able, but I'm quick to speak my mind when they're wiping off the tables between the barflies swapping lives. They'd say any woman in this place would love to take you home. I got no shelter for a stranger, get my comfort from the phone. I just called to say I love you, and to hear I love you too. Left the yearning on the flight line with the Kansas City blues. I turned my pockets out for all I can't afford to lose. Missing home in misery, missing you. I'm headed home, I left Missouri, I'm missing you. Hey, and a couple skating songs. Let's do another one of them, yeah? There's another one in E for Emily. Thank you. This song actually started, my friend's husband passed away unexpected, and we was on the way to that funeral, and you never know, man. You never know. And we just got to talking. Anyway. This song's called No Demise. It's also on the new record. E for Emily, if you're following along. If I had known what I would find when I dropped what fate laid out for me to read between the lines, there'd be a different world, a different man, and more time than we'd spend hand in hand till the glass runs out of sand. It's true, nothing in this world lasts forever. If you forget about your soul, if the sun burns out tomorrow and the stars fall from the sky across the plain, we'll live forever. There's no demise for you and I. no demise for you and I. So many different faces along the way, and countless red-eyed sad goodbyes when love gives way to change. We both know pain and disarray, and diamond rings that by the time won't ever shine the same. The path you're walking now, we share together with 1,000,000 miles to go. If the sun burns out tomorrow and the stars fall from the sky, across the plain we'll live forever. There's no demise for you and I. There's no demise for you and I. The paradise the book describes is made for those we leave behind, eyes that never seen the other side. You rule every kingdom in my mind. If the sun burns out tomorrow and the stars fall from the sky, across the plain we'll live forever. There's no demise for you and I. There's no demise you and I. Yeah, boy. Thank you.
Mighty fine, Tammy, mighty fine.
Matt Parks on the miniature upright bass, everybody. Pick that up.
There that goes.
My God.
Yeah.
And we'll get the man of the hour up here in a minute. We've been doing this Dick and Tammy thing in a minute. I ain't going to tell y'all too many stories about it because we'll probably do that together. There'll be a time for that. Anyway, I'm going to do you one more of these Clyde B-sides, as they're called commonly in the western side of the state. Here's another song that started with a little bit of dying, man. It's part of living. You feel me? Song's called Good Time. Well, I gotta go now. I can't explain. I'm leaving is all I can say. And I'm hoping to bring you some peace of mind. Don't you worry, no, don't you cry, don't you shed no tears. You'll get by. When you think of me, think fondly of the good times. It's a heavy toll between two souls when one leaves the other behind. It's even worse to dwell in the past while your life passes you by. Of all the things I wish I'd said, none would ring truer with my dying breath, except I love you and I thank you for the good times. Come on with it. I didn't want this, on that I can't lie. That's just life, ain't it? We all gotta die. So I'll see you when I see you, if there's another side. I'm not angry, no, I'm not sad. I'm just tired, babe. Is that so bad? I know your heart aches, but it takes bad times, no good times. It's a heavy toll between two souls when one leaves the other behind. It's even worse to dwell in the past while your life passes you by. Wish I'd said, none would ring truer with my dying breath, except I love you and I thank you for the good times. For the good times. Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
We are here on Red Barn Radio tonight with Tyler Hatley, Justin Clyde Williams, and Matt Parks, who is playing fiddle. Justin Clyde Williams just did that terrific set of tunes, and it's great to have you guys here.
Good to be here, brother.
Really, really nice that you guys could make the trip. Hey, do you go by Justin?
Whatever, yeah, that'll work.
Justin friends, okay.
Or Tammy.
All right, good. All right. Justin, the first part of the show. Tammy, the second half. Maybe.
right.
Yeah. Hey, tell us where you're from.
I live in the Hickory area in North Carolina, so Charlotte area, I guess. Charlotte's my closest hub.
Yeah.
Small little town. I mean, not as small as some places out here. I realized small was a lot more different the further west you go, but it's one of them small little Andy Griffin looking towns. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So.
Yeah, and is that where you started life in Hickory?
Well, just western North Carolina. I've kind of been all over a mutt of the Carolinas, really. Lived in Virginia for a spell, too.
Where in Virginia?
Fairfax County, Falls Church.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
D.C. area.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Too much
a
concrete.
nasty area.
Oh, yeah.
I lived in Annandale.
Awesome. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I lived there
Annandale.
for a while.
Yeah,
on the Little
I
River
lived right
Turnpike.
behind Inova Hospital in Fairfax, off of Gallows Road, Gallows and Annandale.
Oh, yeah, that's close to where I was. So what took you there?
My mom's work. She was living up that way, so this was in high school when I lived up that way. But
Oh, gosh.
I followed her around with work for most of the childhood. But
Yeah.
that's probably when I started picking guitar too, pretty serious. And there was a classical guitar program at my high school, and
In Fairfax?
yeah, and I was already jamming around in the room and stuff. But I thought that was a class where you could go sit and play Skinner tunes or something. But nah, they want to school you. I learned a
They
little
had
bit.
the knee
but-
up, the knee
Oh,
up.
the knee up on the block deal,
Sure.
all that. Yeah, the finger style business. Good times back then.
Yeah, what time? So when did you move there to Virginia? And I'm just trying to get a sense of like when you
Yeah, I was
moved from
my
North Carolina.
back half of my freshman year of high school. I moved to Virginia. so
Okay. Is that was there any culture shock for you?
It was all a culture shock.
Yeah, like describe it.
Well, I mean, I was a little skate rat when I was living around Carolina, but I was used to chewing tobacco, Carhartt coats, and square toe cowboy boots, and just normal stuff. And I went up there, and it was a lot of other countries, man, like stuff I'd never seen before. Like people I was, living with. The apartment I lived in, each floor smelled different. Different food going on. It's just like,
Yeah.
never have to travel. You just go on a third floor if you want to go to India, just whatever.
That's a good experience for you?
Yeah, it was cool. A little tough learning in some cases,
Huh. Did you get any sort of feeling from sort of urban kids that you were the sort of rural outsider? Did you get much of that?
I steal people, man, like the way I talk a lot, but up there, man, it was a different story. Coming in there, it was just odd man out for a while. It wasn't even it was just everybody kind of weird for a while. But I found me a good group of friends. But
Nice. And you found a guitar.
I did.
And that was when. So
I
that
also got the hell out of there first chance I could.
Yeah. How soon?
Like as soon as I got out of high school, I was back in North Carolina.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's it. But that was the start for you.
Yeah.
Interesting, to be in a strange place that's kind of started
Run away from it,
your
right.
music journey, right? And then you went back to North Carolina. By the time high school was done, were you starting to, play different kinds of music, like acoustic music or anything
no,
similar to
I was
what you do
a
now?
metalhead out of high school.
Oh, yeah?
And I did that for a while. Not really gigged on that for a while, but like I was just big metalhead into metal, heavier music. But I didn't start really getting out and gigging until in my early 20s, I guess.
Okay. And what were you doing? What kind of gigging were you doing?
Just bar gigs and stuff, just whatever I could pick up.
What
whatever
kind of
would put up with me. Classic rock, southern rock, and old country songs. What it started with, and then just started doing my own kind of. But it started with old like Merle and but I guess what everybody would play.
Yeah, right.
And the normal stuff.
What about songwriting? When did you start that?
Honestly, man, whenever I found the little circle of buddies out there in the Denver area where Tyler's from, there's a little joint called Horse Feathers. That's where we met. And that was the first time that I seen music in between your bar cover band and Garth Brooks. You know what I mean? Like there was a vein for people to do their own thing without you didn't need TV or record deals or CMT behind you to go play your own music. And I for some reason that never made any sense to me at all. Just being around bar gigs and stuff. But that scene, I met Tyler and Ziggy and Todd Allman and Corey Hunt, just these guys all from our area. And then it pissed me off that all these guys went and played. And I play guitar and I like playing with them, but I didn't have any of my own music, so it just irked the hell out of me. And then I just started writing them, and eventually they started coming together.
Yeah. So when you wrote your first songs, was it?
Oh man, I was in my 20s, my early 20s when I started really writing my own stuff. It took a while to figure out how to get it really down. I had stupid little ditties and stuff I made up or making fun of stuff, or like changing the lyrics to a song, you know, like being goofy. But as far as like making my own like thing and own sound, that's been kind of a relatively new thing.
At what point in time did you did you get the sense that you could be comfortable sort of singing and performing? And I mean, you have a real comfort just
This
being
feels a lot
yourself,
better than
you know?
a shovel.
Uh-huh.
And digging holes and working construction and like running a nail through your hand every now and then and dislocating fingers and being in the sun and concrete. And
Yeah.
It's just I like the music playing deal. Whenever I figured out that I could pay bills with it, at least like just running around and playing bar shows and stuff around home, it was kind of that was it from there. Once I realized I could play guitar and keep the lights on, I was just.
Yeah.
But that was before my own thing, though, too. Before I was making my own music. It's a little different now, but.
Well, I want to really butter you up here, flatter you a little bit, and just say, I mean, you got a beautiful feel on the instrument.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
Yeah,
I've been
it's
doing
a
the
great
guitar
sound.
deal for a while. Guitar started. I'll tell everybody I'm a guitar player before I'm anything. Like, guitar was my vein when I started. Like. Kind of sang because I had to, It wasn't necessarily. I had to get the words out or whatever. It just goes with it. Like you gotta play your own songs.
When you started playing the acoustic guitar, did that for you sort of make you recall some of those early times with your knee up in the air and holding the classical instrument and what
I think
you learned
that's why
back
I
there?
play more acoustic than anything is because. At school, they had money in the music program. It wasn't like we were out there with duct tape guitars or nothing. But if you had your own steel string, you could have it in that classical class. And I had like my granddad's old Yamaha that I'd used for a blowgun target at one point in middle school, like holes in it and stuff. And like just regular steel string guitar. And I played that thing all through high school. Had the fretboard held on with wood glue. Like it was just completely busted. Like left it in my trunk for like a month. And man, just completely terrible with that instrument. But with the acoustic guitar, I've always been comfortable with. I like playing telly, too. I play electric guitar, but acoustics is definitely you don't need anything to do this. You can do this anywhere. You can sit in the bathroom and play this if you want to. You don't need amps or nothing. Anywhere an acoustic guitar works.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you make it sound good.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, really nice, really nice. And it's also amazing to have somebody like Matt to play
Yeah, I was
with
gonna
you.
say that right there, over there.
I'm just here to ruin.
Yeah, I know, Matt. I just got to talk to you for a minute. I just got to tell you, it feels so good, listening to you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, you just got a great sound, and you just everything you do kind of serves what's happening in the lyric, and
Well, that's what I try to do.
It's kind
just
of
beautiful.
He played with Tyler forever on stuff, and then whenever I started running around with bands and stuff, it was like anytime he was available, it was like we've all played together for on and off now for a long time. It just fits.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's obvious you played together for a long time because that's what it feels like it feels like a relationship up here. It doesn't feel like necessarily like two dudes who play really good.
Just sniffing it out, man.
you
So
know.
we've done her a few times, I guess.
Yeah, that's nice.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, Matt, do you mind telling us just a little bit about how you came to this instrument and we used to have a section of the show that was called "How did you learn to do that so good?" And how did you learn
Well, let's
to do that
rename
so
that.
good?
How did you learn to do that so mediocre? I'm from Spartanburg, South Carolina.
Yeah.
And grew up going to District 7 schools in Spartanburg, and we had a great orchestra program.
Oh, all right.
And I think the reason was because when we got to high school, every 3 or 4 years, the orchestra would take a trip to Europe, and that kind of kept everybody interested in the music program, and we also had a great conductor, Bill Scott, who actually moved up here to Kentucky to start an orchestra program at Western Kentucky University.
Oh, no kidding.
Which different story, but I followed him up here a couple years after he left. But yeah, it was just a great music program, and just lucky to be a part of that. Had great teachers all throughout school, and then one day when I was in senior in high school, a guy sitting next to me in class said, "Hey man, we just had to fire our mandolin player. He stole our lead singer's PlayStation," or something like that. So I was like, sure, man. I'll try to give him fiddle a shot. So it's pretty much all been a blur since then.
Huh.
Just playing with anybody and everybody that'll have me. So it's crazy how it all worked out. But
Yeah.
I never thought I'd still be 35 and still be playing fiddle. But
Really, did you imagine that there was just going to come a point in your adult life when you put the instrument down and do something else?
yeah, like the day after I graduated high school, I imagined so. And but
Was that because you were at that point in time, like you'd worked so hard on it and that you were just tired of it?
I think it was mainly just reading music, playing classical music. I mean, I love classical music. Grew up playing piano too, and I love it. But actually getting to do my own thing and express myself and improvisation and all that with other great musicians, it's that really changed everything for me, and made me fall in love with it. So
How'd you learn to improv? I mean, after all that classical training and looking at paper.
Yeah. I guess I've had always had a pretty decent ear. But like, the reason I started playing piano was my mom walked in apparently when I was like 5 years old, and I was playing our little keyboard, playing church songs on it or something, and so she signed me up. But improv, I have no idea.
Yeah, just time.
I'm definitely still learning how to do that.
Well,
but,
yeah, I mean, even you really express a ton with that. It just kind of gets me right here. So thanks a lot. Yeah, nice to. Thanks for filling us in on your
piano story. We were in Galveston, Texas, playing a motorcycle rally, and the weather is just god awful. And we stayed at the Galveston Hotel, and it's like this big ritzy, when did they make that thing? 1800s or so.
Oh, it was definitely haunted.
Huge haunt. They got all these stories about being haunted, all this other business. Well, it's late at night. It's like a late bar crowd, and Matt was telling me, we're on a bus on the way down there. He's telling me how he plays piano, and I'm just like, yeah, bull, whatever. Everybody played piano in high school. Well, he just comes walking in here to go up to the hotel room, and then there's a baby grand sitting in the middle of the bar. He just sits down and just tears this thing in half, and then gets up and walks away. Not a word was spoken about it, no anything. Just played some piano.
After a few drinks, I guess, probably.
And you've never spoken about that moment since.
Oh, no, I tell everybody, and they say, you really play piano? I'm like, well, I've seen it.
Hey, guys, what's next?
We're going to bring Tyler up here.
I was wondering where he went. There he comes. Tyler Hatley's going to come back up on the stage. You guys going to play something all together now?
Yeah, I think we're going to do a whole pile of them all together.
Oh, excellent. Okay, good. Well, I'll see you back here in a little bit, and we'll talk some more. And,
good job on the cameras, Tyler. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, very nice. Great to have you guys here, and thanks for talking to me. Welcome back, Tyler Hatley, Justin Clyde Williams, and Matt Parks, the Dick and Tammy Show.
This first song that I'm going to do, well, I guess second song because we started, but it's called Again Today. I wrote this song with my buddy Corey Hunt. It's where I've made all my music that I've got out there at his studio in Ashburn, North Carolina. So big thanks to him for making a lot of this stuff work for me over the years. Well, life's been dragging me down since I pushed you away. Now I can't find a sound of the song or the words to say. I'm twisted and turned around inside out. I thought I'd have picked it up by now, but breaking hearts was a game I'd play. But when you gotta cheat to win, I guess you can't win anyway. Yeah, life's been dragging me down since I pushed you away. Now I can't find
the sound of the song or the words I say. Yeah, and I don't want to be the guy to go back on what I say. I just want you to know I thought about you again today. I told myself I'd be just fine, 'cause I've lost girls that love like you 1,000 times. But out here where I'm supposed to be, I never left no room for us. It was always abandon me. Yeah, and life's been dragging me down since I pushed you away. Now I can't find a sound or the song or the words I say. Yeah, and I don't want to be the guy to go back on what I say. I just want you to know I thought about you again today. Yeah, life's been dragging me down since I pushed you away. Now I can't find a sound, a song or the words to say. And I don't want to be the guy that's got to piss on your parade. I just want you to know I thought about you again today. Yeah, I just want you to know I thought about you again today. Yeah, man.
All right.
Thank you.
The next song on our list is called In Came You. A bunch of my buddies wrote this song, and I was fortunate enough to get the green light on recording it and put it on my URE Mountain EP. And this is one of my favorite songs to play, especially with these guys. So anyway. I was lost in a bottle, swimming in the women, making up a new definition of sinning and feeling pretty good about some pretty bad living, running wild. And I'll push it to the limit, any way you spin it. Whiskey in a whale, hell, I'll probably jump in it. It's a beautiful thing when you come out grinning on the other side. I hitched a ride with the devil, Lord, I got down on his level and even taught him a couple things that he didn't know. And I spent the last 5 years of searching for a song in an empty bottle. I had lines, but none that I should use. And then came you. Well, I had my buddies, I thought were my buddies.
wasting my time and chasing down the money, and ain't it funny? Nobody loves you once the money's gone. And I had my lovers, I thought were my lovers, watched them come and go one after another. I was looking for love underneath the covers, I had it all wrong. I hitched a ride with the devil, Lord, I got down on his level. Even taught him a couple things that he didn't know. And I spent the last 5 years searching for a song in an empty bottle. I had lines, but none that I should use. And then came you. Hitched a ride with the devil, Lord, I got down on his level. Even taught him a couple things that he didn't know. Yeah, and I spent the last 5 years searching for a song in an empty bottle. I had lines, but none that I should use. And then came you. And then came you. Oh, yeah. I was lost in a bottle, swimming in the women, making up a new definition of sinning and feeling pretty good about some pretty bad living. I was running wild. This next song I wrote for my grandmother, Brenda Jane. It's called Fiddles and Rain. It's the first cut that I ever had somebody else record one of my songs, so it's cool to me, you know. Brenda Jane watched her daddy play that flat top Gibson every day. And Johnny, he lived down the road, loving when he show up his fiddle and bow. Join right in, play along to all them down home bluegrass songs. The clouds got dark in the sky above. They played the Orange Blossom Special. She fell in love with fiddles and rain. She turned 19 and they had a kid. He bought a double wide. She moved in. Johnny got scared 'cause life got real, and his fiddle was the only way he could pay the bills. She cried every night he had to go. Another late night ballroom show. Heard that rumbling sound, the sky lit up, the rain came down. Fiddles and rain, fiddles and rain, it's all she knows. It's all she's ever seen, it's always on her mind. Drives her insane, the sounds of fiddles and rain. Fiddles and rain, damn these fiddles and rain. fog was thick and the road was wet, but he drove that van like a new Corvette. Hauling ass, trying to get back home. He rolled a cigarette to an old Scruggs song. Got the call at 15 till 3. His van was wrapped around a big oak tree. Dropped the phone, hit the floor, and the rain's never sounded this bad before. Fiddles and rain. Damn these fiddles and rain. Now he's gone and she can't move on, and she cries every time she hears a fiddling song. Turns off her radio, cuts her TV on. She knows inside that it won't be long. The weatherman says the chance is high. She runs to her room and tries to hide, but the thunder's loud. Roof is tin and she screams out loud, crying out to him. Fiddles and rain, fiddles and rain. It's all she knows, it's all she's ever seen. It's always on her mind, drives her insane. The sounds of fiddles and rain, fiddles and rain. Damn these fiddles and rain. Fiddles and rain. Brenda Jane watched her daddy play that flat top Gibson every day.
All right.
Brenda Jane.
Brenda
All
Jane
right.
is probably, if I had to bet that she was watching this, I bet she's watching it.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I'd put a hundo on that.
Well, speaking of watching this, before I tell folks what we have coming up next time on Red Barn Radio, I got to tell you a few details about consuming this great product. You can always watch tonight's live stream at your convenience. If you're in the middle of watching it now, step away for a little while. It won't go anywhere. It'll be back there. When you come back, you'll be able to start it all over if you want. It'll be back there a week from then if you want to tell a friend about it. But keep up with our live streams at the Red Barn Radio YouTube channel. Hey, and also our live video stream is available on the weku.org website. You can just click the link on the right side of the main page, and our live audio stream can also be found on wgad.net in New York. Don't miss a single episode of Red Barn Radio. Listen to the live. Oh, and now, where was I? I was going to tell you about next week. Yeah, got some good stuff going on. Davy and the Midnights. They're California and Indiana-based. Davy and the Midnights, our guests this coming week. They mix up traditional country, blues, and psychedelia into what they call an eclectic folk fiasco. These cosmic American music troubadours are traveling through our region and the East Coast now, and we are fortunate they could cycle the tour through Lexington to be on Red Barn Radio. You do not want to miss these guys. That's next week, Davy and the Midnights on Red Barn Radio. Roots music, Southern style. Hey, let's get back to tonight's Red Barn Radio program now. We come to you live on our social media platforms, broadcasting from the Arts Place Performance Hall here in the city of Lexington, Kentucky. And now welcome back the Dick and Tammy Show to the Red Barn stage.
We got a Clyde song next on the list.
Yeah, man. Yeah, which one we do together? This song started in an attorney's office. In between sobs of figuring out what I was going to do with the rest of my life. brought to you by the Kmart version of Travis Tritt and Marty Stewart. It's us. 1, 2, 1, 2, Dale. This old heart's been pining for that straight and narrow, but the whiskey keeps me crooked on that path. The bar lights make long nights, and you're tired of having the same old fight, and this wedding band is just too tight anyway. Tell 'em about it, Dick.
So I'm signing on that line I should have been walking.
Walk on, walk on.
The time has passed for sorry. It's too late for talking. Well, I've packed my bags 'cause this road's at a crossing. And I'm signing on that line I should have been walking. Young love to push and shove, we ignored what our ending was, and a wolf don't wear no collar anyway. We didn't see eye to eye, we gave it one more chance too many times, and I'm seeing your lawyer for the last time today. So long. So I'm signing on that line I should have been walking. The time has passed for sorry. It's too late for talking. Well, I've packed my bags 'cause this road's at a crossing. I'm signing on that line I should have been walking. Hell yeah, I'm sure your so-called friends will say they caught it. Aha, yeah, I'm signing on that line I should have been walking. Yeah, I'm signing that straight line I should have been walking.
Take us home, cousin. Honky tonky. I heard that thing tuned down to a Willie Nelson tune in there for a second.
Oh, next we got Austin. I wrote this song with my good buddy Bobby Debin, the guy that I work with, and we were in a hotel room. The air conditioner was broke, so we had the door open. Everybody coming and going was like, "What's going on in there?" But anyway, wrote this song and put it on a record. And then one time Clyde said, "Let's try it like this." And we haven't played it any other way, but like this that you're about to hear. So this is
We
me,
put a rap
Bobby,
verse in it, man.
Justin, yeah, you got the rap verse in it. You were talking earlier about how good of a guitar player Clyde is. It's a good thing because I'm not, so I just kind of sit here and I use mine like George Strait a lot, like a prop, kind of sit me up. So luckily these guys can play. Anyway, this song's called Austin. Last time I saw you was underneath fireworks in Austin. It was the last time I held you and the last time you told me goodbye. And
and I let the whiskey step up and do most of the talking. But I'll take the credit for the way that I loved you that night. So whatever happened to that fire in your eye? Whatever happened to the thought of you and I? What about all those things you said to me? Were they all lies? I'm just sitting here wishing we were there tonight. I held you close towards the back at a show in Laredo. And I was loving on you, but you know I'm not much for a crowd. You took my hand towards the front of the stage, we went a-dancing. And just for a second, that music didn't seem so loud. Whatever happened to that fire in your eyes? And whatever happened to the thought of you and I? And what about all those things you said to me? Were they all lies? I'm just sitting here wishing we were there tonight. So whatever happened to that fire in your eyes? Whatever happened to the thought of you and I? Yeah, what about all those things you said to me? Were they all lies? I'm sitting here wishing we were there tonight. Yeah, I'm wishing we were there. I'm just wishing we were there tonight. Yeah, yeah. Last time I saw you was underneath fireworks in Austin.
All right.
That's pretty fun to play.
All right. Nice. Hey, we got
The lighter up and everything.
got-
Got her going.
got the lighter up, Tyler. Hey, nice tune.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, what a great tune, and how fortunate for us that that we were able to work all this out.
I know, man. I was so excited when Nick called me and he's like, "If I can make this work out, can y'all do it?" And
Talking about Nick Jamerson.
yeah, Nick Jamerson.
Uncle Bubby. we
Uncle
call him.
Bubby.
Uncle Bubby.
Uncle Bubby.
Where'd that come from?
Last time he came around the Carolinas,
Who knows?
we put together like a little private show in my backyard, just because we wanted to hang out, and have a time to play. And we got these crazy names, Dick and Tammy and Cousin Lightning. We're like, well, you got to be something. And was it him?
Yeah, it's Uncle Bubby's family reunion. I got pictures. I got family pictures I'll show you I made on Snapchat. It's official. We a family.
I've always wanted I've always wanted to have a nickname, but nobody ever. The only one people gave me.
We can give you one, especially
Yeah.
after this.
It
We'll
may
get you
not
one
be,
there.
but Peckerhead may not
Well,
be.
not everybody's got to have a family name, though. You got to be a cousin or an uncle. You can even be an aunt if you want to.
I'd be happy to be a member of the family.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome to it, man. We
we-
appreciate
we
the
can line
hospitality.
you in.
It's been a blast so far, man.
Well, all right, good. It has been for us too. Hey, so take us. How about you take us through your kidhood up to the time you started playing music? Go like 15, 20 miles an hour.
Well, I was like singing and stuff at church at a real young age, all the time.
What kind of church?
Southern Baptist Church.
Okay.
They let me do some solos. I did Little Drummer Boy every year at Christmas time for like my whole
He
childhood.
does the best little drummer boy.
But I was little drumming for a long time, and still do now. But my grandma loves to hear it. So
You mean you were singing it, or you were or
No,
you were
I
actually
was
doing
singing.
the drum?
I never was a drummer of much
okay.
of any kind. So, car seat singing. I had a lot of Garth tapes. And I like to reenact. His music videos are wild as hell. He's like flying and everything else. So that was the
Yeah.
coolest thing I'd ever seen. So that's what I was like, I want to be Garth Brooks. And then I decided that I couldn't be Garth. About the time I was probably in between 15 and 16 that summer.
And what convinced you that that wasn't going to happen?
The Garth thing?
Yeah.
Just like the reality of this business. But yeah, I got a guitar between 15 and 16 and just learned the chords. I never learned anything else. That's all. About 6 of them.
That ain't true, man. You've been playing some guitar.
Yeah, he's been
lately.
teaching me some
Yeah, we've
stuff
been
here and
playing some
there.
Oh, yeah?
guitar. Oh yeah. We've been changing roles.
He
a
makes
little
me
bit.
do stuff sometimes, like at a show. At a show, he'll be like, "Take this lead," and I'm like, "No," and he's like, "Yes."
So
And
you playing these frets, these strings, these frets.
Yeah, he'll
Start
give
there.
me a template to work out of, and then yeah. So
Learn on the fly, man.
Hey.
That's the best learning.
so when that happens, Tyler, is that generally speaking, do you feel like it kind of moves you forward as a player? When you get put
like
on the spot like
especially
that?
when I hit like 19 out of 20 notes in my solo, and then I hit the last one's so sour, and I'm just like, man, I dropped the ball. But
No, he must tell you all you do is just keep hitting that note several times.
yeah, I'm just
until you
I'm
convince
trying to
everybody
squeeze
that it's
something out
what
of
you
here. But
mean.
it's one of those things. It's like if you were playing backyard football at your house and Aaron Rodgers is there, he's going to play the quarterback. You're not going to let your little brother do it. You know what I mean? It's like, why would I take a guitar lead when I got Aaron Rodgers over here? But it is
Bobby Boucher over here, buddy.
it is cool learning stuff.
Well, move on from 16, 17 to the point. So
started
you got
play-
that guitar, you started to play.
Yes, and
and
then about right about the end of my high school, I got a show like where I went and played, and I knew like 7 songs. I had a 3-hour show, and it's all downhill from there.
that's a lot. That's some long jams.
Yeah, for sure.
And a 7-song show. But that's not long before you met Dick or Tammy.
I'm Tammy.
Yeah. When did you meet Tammy?
I don't really know how to put a year on it. I was a little bit wilder back then.
Well, you
but,
said it was around earlier. We were talking. You
Yeah,
said,
we probably been about a 10-year thing now. So it was not too long out of high school, and he was playing a good bit, and I was actually playing with a band that playing everywhere we could. We would literally take shows all over the country and rent vans and drive and lose money just because it was the cool thing to do. You got to pay your dues. That's what everybody said. So we're going to. I remember the one time we had a stupid route. It was like Illinois on a Thursday, Ohio on a Friday, and then back in Denver on a Saturday. And I'm like, 20 maybe broke. I'm talking about broke as they come. And, it was fun at the time.
and you were just slamming out rock, or what were you
Yeah,
playing?
it was like I had a handful of original songs then, and we just did a lot of covers, rock, country rock. That was like a thing at that time. It was like coming back, I guess. Like Brantley, was doing the stuff, so it was a lot of guitars at the time. I had two electric guitar players, and we were just having a ball. We were a garage band at best, but we had a great time doing it.
And they were all pretty young and game not to earn
Oh,
that
yeah,
much
we
money.
were-
I just want
We
the
were
experience.
wide open with nothing to hold us back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Anybody back at home worried about you?
Yeah, I'm
During that
sure
time?
I worried the piss out of my mom. I always did though. She's so much more laid back now. It's like we drove it all out of her between me and my brothers at a pretty early age. So
All right, well, so now take us to the formation of Dick and Tammy. You guys like nicknames, so how did
well,
how
we
did
were
you
just
arrive at Dick and
playing
Tammy?
so much stuff together, like just anything that came about. If it was like a duo thing, I'd call him, hey, you want to do this? And you know, we did it for several years before we decided, like, let's make it something else. And it was a joke. We were driving down the road, and I'm like, you know, I'm just tired of having,
It was
we
a
go.
placeholder. The name was, he said, man.
Yeah, like
he
we just
said,
ought to be the Dick and Tammy Show or something
or
like
something. That's what it was, Dick and Tammy Show or something. And then we just put a pin in it and never pulled the pin out. We just
Yeah,
said, you
stayed.
be Dick, I'll be Tammy, done.
that. It's so confusing to people, and we've actually been told by like some radio people, like, y'all are good, we like this stuff, but
Can't do
that
nothing with
name's
that
kind of
name.
ridiculous and stuff. And I'm like, well, the
In-law
Eagles,
country.
you know, they're not flying around, but they're a huge band. They got a crazy name. Yeah, I don't know. That's probably not a good.
It's a good analogy. He's got a microphone. It's a good analogy.
But anyway, so
Makes
Dick
sense
and
to me.
Tammy, and then everybody wants to know who's Dick, and you know all that stuff. I'm Dick though.
Obviously, I'm the pretty one.
Yeah.
Well,
Tammy-
yeah,
Tammy
sure.
had to go with the beauty. So
And so tell us some fun stories about things that you guys have done, places you guys have played, and yeah, like that. Because I know you guys are funny. I mean, tell a funny story.
they're all really funny. I don't know how
Be
censored
funny.
I have to be on this whole
No,
thing.
go just tell.
No, I'm just. One time we were on our way to a duck hunt. We do an annual duck hunt just to try to hang out outside of playing music because we're really good buddies, but we don't have a lot of time to just hang out. You know, we work and we got families and everything like that. So anyway, we were on our way, and one of our buddies is cutting a record like in between here and yonder. So I said, you know, we called and we're going to stop by. Well, we stopped by for a minute. That's the plan. Well, it didn't you know, we were there for hours. I get my van stuck. You remember, we had to
Two-wheel drive
push
van
my
stuck.
van out. Then we pull out. We're getting ready to leave, and I turn left because my GPS says go left, and he's like, "Hey man, we need to be going this way." I said, "We are going this way." He's like, "No, like over there, going this way." And what I did was, it was a 4-lane road separated by a grassy median, and we were going the wrong way on it.
3-point turn.
Luckily, we made it.
Yeah, luckily
to
you
our
did.
destination, and we didn't get in any kind of trouble. But there's a lot more funnier stuff now. I don't know why that came to my head as the funny
Because that was
story,
most
but-
deadly. When we drove for a minute, I think it was just the calmness that I said we was going the wrong way. Like, we was already, like, up to highway speed. And, like, all right, we on the road.
Yeah, but he's like, we needed to go left.
to
I'm
go
like,
that
we did
way,
go
buddy.
left.
Oh man,
Yeah,
So there's that.
good time.
EMTs have
Oh,
stories to
wow.
tell about things like that.
The
Yeah,
end totally different.
yeah,
though,
right. And they have
Yeah.
a different ending to them.
We come out okay.
Yeah, how about you, Tammy?
Oh, man.
Yeah, you were talking earlier about a crazy place you guys play, where you set up your living room. You do
Oh,
your
yeah,
living room set.
we have a living room that we set up at every show, just about. Like,
Very seldom don't have the
yeah, I got a little Nissan van, like a tiny little thing, one of the small babies, and I carry around a matching living room furniture and tables and the
From
lamp.
like what,
Yeah.
1910?
The couch though is a more important story. Like we were playing a party for a roofing company, like a Christmas party, and this was after COVID come around. So like the Christmas party been postponed, you know, like a year and a half, and now it's like the fall and winter, and they're doing their Christmas party from the previous year. Well, instead of wasting time and setting up, like they have a whole stage and it's like it used to be an old school, yeah.
Yeah, something. Else.
Well, we sit down on this old couch, like, screw it. That's in-law country. We'll sit on this. So, and then I tell the old girl after we play the show, I say, if you ever want to get rid of this, I said, we'd love to have it. Like, we had so much fun gigging on this couch.
Sure enough.
With all this dust out of it, just our sinuses love it. Like, let us have it. I was kind of halfway kidding, but I wasn't. Like, cause you know, who's going to call me about a couch? Well, sure enough, I'm in Texas with my friend Kayla Ray. We're in a blizzard, and she calls me. Hey, our curator's going to do some changes and wants to get rid of that couch. If you boys still want it, come get it. I said, hold it for a week. I'll send Tyler after it. And we played a show, hour and a half, hour and 50 minutes from his house, and he hauled that couch from Gaffney all the way to Hickory, and it started. And so we play a show in Spartanburg at a Mexican restaurant called Broncos. And it's not a big restaurant with a stage or anything where they do live music. It's in a strip mall, and we set up right by the front door, and it's the funniest thing in the world, seeing people come in to eat dinner with their families, and they got us Billy sitting there on couches, and Singing Merle Haggard
It's
song.
not just a couch, so you have to understand. You're
It's
talking about a
full
rug,
setup,
a couch,
rug, chairs, tables, lamps.
a matching chair that he sits in,
They're,
a sign, you know, like where you put the words. You can make it
got-
say whatever you want, like a little light bright sign. And we put like, you know,
Que-pasa.
shut the guac up when we played at the Mexican restaurant. It's just crazy stuff, man. But now it's like people's like, you know, it's kind of like a thing. It's like the Dick and Tammy thing. People know what that means around us anyway, and then they're like, yeah, that's the crazy guys that play on the couch. You know?
It's funny, man, because like, we'll go play South Carolina, North Carolina, we don't care. So it's like, man, I seen Dick and Tammy in Greenville, South Carolina, and they were playing on a couch. And somebody's like, man, I seen them in Charlotte. And they put together, that's like 2.5 hours. We driving around with a living room set up.
all the time.
Well, I got an interesting marketing scheme. So what if you were to recruit like Pottery Barn?
Hey,
IKEA?
Bed Bath Beyond, IKEA, Pottery
Bed Bath-
Barn, Michael's, Ross, all you cats, check us out. We love furniture.
Yeah, man. The couch could probably be upgraded at some point. I mean, I love it, but it's rough.
If you got a good couch that 3 of us can fit on without getting poked in the eyeball, I think we'd like that too.
Yeah, man.
No sleeper sofas. Too heavy.
Sleepers.
Tyler Hatley, Justin Clyde Williams, and Matt Parks are with us. They're the Dick and Tammy Show. They were good enough to come here from Carolina and be here and give us the best time we've had in a long time. Really been
Thank
fun.
you guys so
yeah,
much. It's
can't wait to
awesome,
hear
man.
some more music. Let's get it on with these guys.
Yay! Tell them about old Virginia.
So I wrote this song. I was actually duck hunting down there. I was at John Boy's place from the syndicated radio show, The Big Show, John Boy and Billy Show, and he's a dear friend of mine. I was kind of working on this song halfway, and I was just telling him how I was in a slump about writing, and he's like, well, you just got to shut up and write you a song, man. And I wrote this song, and it's like a spin-off of a old train song, and it was crazy, but I looked it up, and it was like 20 years exactly, and they'd put this song out, so I made a part 2, I guess. Well, I heard me Virginia 20 years ago, but I never thought I'd meet her out here on this dusty road. But I swear to God, last night I met her on the Carolina coast. I heard me Virginia 20 years ago on an FM radio. She still talks about her brother. She got nothing good to say about the man who was her father long before done gone away. And I know she loves her mother. She still calls her on the phone. She stayed back in Old Dominion. Only place she knows is home. And I heard me Virginia 20 years ago, but I never thought I'd meet her out here on this dusty road. But I swear to God, last night I met her on the Carolina coast. I heard me Virginia 20 years ago on an FM radio. She still drinks a midnight coffee, burns her candle at both ends, hoping it might straighten out somewhere around the bend. And she still believes in magic. She still wants to be the queen. She still hates to be alone. She still knows timing's everything. And I heard me Virginia 20 years ago, but I never thought I'd meet her out here on this dusty road. But I swear to God, last night I met her on the Carolina coast. I heard me Virginia 20 years ago on an FM radio. Got me Virginia. for this dollar. I ain't running down no dreams. Hell, I got a 3-year-old back home, and he means everything to me. So I ain't backing down, and I'm still putting up a fight in hopes that one day I won't have to dance under these lights. I heard me Virginia 20 years ago, but I never thought I'd meet her out here on this dusty road. But I swear to God, last night I met her on the Carolina coast. I heard me Virginia 20 years ago. You gotta meet Virginia, boy. Yeah, you really ought to meet Virginia, 'cause I can't wait to meet Virginia. On an FM radio. Yeehaw. Appreciate you. Oh, man. Copyright issues, or I'd sing a verse from that song like I normally do. This next song's called Oak City Summer. It's the most requested Dick and Tammy song, I think. I wrote this song with my buddy Chris Regal, and he is now over in Thailand, but he used to put us on a lot of cool stuff. They'd bring Texas music into Charlotte, and we'd get to open a lot of them shows. And he asked me one time that if I was down to help him write a song. He knew exactly what he wanted to say, and we wrote this song in about 10 minutes, honestly. And we're going to give you the censored version tonight. But anyhow, this is Oak City Summer.
You can guess which words you think are the censored ones if you want to for yourself.
This song originated because said person got in trouble with the law and wasn't allowed to drive anymore, and his girlfriend lived in Durham and he lived at Lake Norman, so he had to take a train up there to see her, and that's where the idea came from. Well, that American Aquarium t-shirt, well, I guess that's what first caught my eye. We sat and drank beers there till morning. Yeah, we sure hit it off good that night. Yeah, we did. Well, her taste in the music's perfect. Yeah, and the radio wasn't her style. And I found something down in her that reminded me I love to smile. And I'd take trains every Friday to see her. She'd be waiting on me at the gate. Yeah, then I'd hold her tightly till Sunday, when Oak City blew my blues away. In Oak City, well, she called me up late Thursday evening, and she said, I think we're better off friends. Well, I know she could see how I'd fallen. Forget friends, I've got plenty of them. And I'd take trains every
I take trains every Friday to see her, and she'd be standing right there by those gates. Yeah, then I'd love her softly till Sunday, when Oak City blew my blues away. And I'd take trains every Friday to see her. She'd be waiting on me at the gate. Yeah, then I'd hold her tightly till Sunday, when Oak City blew my blues away. In Oak City, in Oak City, in Oak City, yeah. And I'm still riding them down old trains.
Yeah.
Oh man, we're excited to be in Kentucky. Thank y'all again for having us, man. This is
Yeah.
awesome. Thank you, Nicholas, for
Uncle
lining us up,
Bubby.
man. Uncle Bubby. We're playing the next 3 nights around Kentucky with Nick, so we're super stoked about it. Just glad to be here. This next song is called Roll One. I wrote this song in North Myrtle Beach. My buddy told me this story about a girl he knew in high school took off to Colorado because they made it legal out there to be happy and all that stuff. So I wrote this song about it, and this is my wife's least favorite song. She'd probably be stoked we're playing it, actually. So
Hey, fun fact of the day, Tyler's got an Emily, too.
yeah, we're both Emily guys.
Yeah.
I got the double E on the end, but
Different model, same store.
anyway, roll one.
Yeah.
On the side of a mountain,
Just south of Denver, I grow crops for the state. And I live here with my baby on a little happy ever after. And every single morning we wake and bake, yeah we do. Well, they say what we're doing around here is perfectly legal. She's got a car, and so do I. And the local police, they all love what we're growing. The only ones we're ducking is the FBI. What is love? It's a hell of a feeling. Well, how could I ever get this high? And I ain't coming down, staying through the season. So roll one up for you and I. Pass that thing. What's that smell? I hear my neighbors out there yelling. Is that a damned old skunk outside? And I holler back and I said, hell, there's no telling. Ask my baby in the kitchen, cutting chicken up to fry. What is love? It's a hell of a feeling. Well, how could I ever get this high? And I ain't coming down, staying through the season. So roll one up for what is love? It's a beautiful feeling, and only you gets me this high. And I ain't coming down, staying through the season. So roll one up for you and I said, pour one up, cheers, you and I. Roll one up, baby, let's get high, yeah. And on the side of a mountain, just south of Denver, I grow pot for the state. That's it, buddy.
All right.
Thank you. My man liked that song.
Well, so many people to thank for our program. First, the Dick and Tammy Show. Tyler Hatley, Justin Clyde Williams, and Matt Parks, our guests this evening. There's our volunteers and staff, too, who make our production happen so beautifully each and every week. Yeah. Thank you all out there for listening to our webcast and watching us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, and those listening to us on the network of Red Barn stations and media worldwide. Thanks to WEKU, Red Barn Radio's premier radio partner, NPR for Central and Eastern Kentucky. Listen online at weku.org. It's your chance to hear more great live music from Red Barn Radio and WEKU. Those of you here in the Central Kentucky area, you got to be sure to check out Red Barn TV. It's our weekly program of music, now on ABC 36 WTVQ. And you'll see these very guys on there at some point in the not-too-distant future. Red Barn Radio comes to you from our home, the Arts Place Performance Hall in downtown Lexington, Kentucky. Our website has updates and further information on our guests in our program. We're on the web at redbarnradio.com. Now, once again, please welcome back the Dick and Tammy Show to the Red Barn stage.
We get every guy that's like, are you sure you Dick and Tammy? And I'm like, we're like, yeah, that's the name. You know, we're about to play. And Justin always tells them, you got to say show. Some people do it, some people don't. You know.
We had a sound guy in Spartanburg, and he says, "When we give a big hand up for the Dick and Tammy Show, oh."
That's
Oh man.
Thanks, man. Thanks for enthusiasm. We're awesome.
So I guess as our grand finale, we're gonna put this as a Dick and Tammy song. But Nicholas wrote this song. Yeah.
Big black dog, he used to chase us round the yard. We really got his motor running like a brand new car. Yeah, we was young and hungry, two skinny rabbits traveling round the world to any lawn that would have us. Well, we stopped at this house off Secular Street with old Lady Mary. She sat on a swing. Well, she hollered through the bushes, yeah, you got some nice things. Call me Brother Duke and my big brother King. Now what's she gonna do that for? Brother Rabbit named King, it was straight out his dreams. And Mary fed him strawberries with ripe salad greens. He's the fattest old thing that I ever seen. Said Brother Rabbit became king. Well, she took him inside, left me in the cold. She had to soften him up, he had to do what he was told. With every day that passed by, that big old belly it grew. She turned him into a glutton, that boy was eating for two. Yeah, well finally, hiya bubby, don't you wanna be free? Well, he used to be us, but now it's just me. And Brother Rabbit named King, it was straight out his dreams. When Mary fed him strawberries with ripe salad greens. He's the fattest old thing that I ever seen. Since Brother Rabbit became king. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, 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 Well, to my surprise, he followed me away from his hole. That boy was silver spoon spoiled, now he was off of his throne. And then we ran into our buddy there, the big black dog. And this time, my brother, he was big as a hog. Well, we both ran away just as fast as we could, but it had been a long while since we run through the woods. Well, he huffed and he puffed till he ran out of steam. You can't outrun the dogs when you're eating like a king, son. Can't do it, boy. Brother Rabbit named King, it was straight out his dreams. Mary fed him strawberries with ripe salad greens. He's the fattest old thing that I ever seen.
He's dead too.
Since Brother Rabbit became king. Since Brother Rabbit became king. Uncle Buddy.
Uncle Buddy.
Thank you guys so much.
All right. Well, that's all for our show for this week. You can see and hear Red Barn Radio worldwide, though, as we stream live on the web on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Eastern in North America. There are archived performances on Spotify and iTunes, and there are mountains, literally mountains, of video on the Red Barn Radio YouTube channel. Be sure to check out our social media for updates to our upcoming schedules and more information on our program. Hey, and remember this, every time you like, every time you comment, you share, you subscribe, you help bring roots music Southern style to your neck of the woods. And finally this, if any of our featured artists are performing in your area and you're mobile, go out and hear them live. Now from all of us here at Red Barn Radio to all of our friends worldwide, it's our hope you have a great week. Keep working together to be safe and healthy, and until next time, good night from Red Barn Radio.